What is up, guys? It's your boy, No Risk, No Premium, back with another episode of the market overview, guys. Today, yesterday, if you saw the Sunday sermon, I know it got out late last night, but it was going to be all about this 44.95 area that was going to be having to hold, right? We want to see, can this area hold in here overnight? If it does, we'll want to target this 45.09. If you guys remember that from the video last night, and we had that this morning. We had a little bit of a dip below, right? But a liquidity grab, you'd want to call it, right? Because we just dipped down and then came right back above immediately, right? So that's what that looked like, right? Right back above immediately. Then we had the morning dip and we ripped up. And if you remember, we were talking about, Wednesday calls. We had some 0-day QQQ calls in the wolves as well. So, we were looking at the upside trade there if we could not go down, and then ended up just being in more of a balance. Why are we getting into the more balancing or not any continuation that we're seeing? Obviously, on Wednesday, we have the FOMC rate hike decision, right? The FOMC meeting. So going into that, right, going into such a big decision that's going to affect the markets as a whole overall, right? Typically, big breakdowns and big breakouts don't happen. Doesn't mean they can't, but they don't. So this morning on the pre-market huddle, I said, look, if we reclaim and hold this level into the open, I'm going to be looking long. Right? I'm not going to be looking short at all unless we get up, right? Unless we get up to the 45.20s area, which was like Friday's reject. So anyway, for a plan for tomorrow, I think it's going to be the same as today. It's going to be very, very ugly. It's going to have no follow through. We do have some data in the morning. We have some building starts, housing starts, all that. Other than that, really nothing. We have the European CPI. That'll come out way early, though. So just be interesting to see how their CPI is doing. We have the Canadian CPI as well. So lots of international data. But as far as the U.S., really just got the building and housing stuff at 8:30 a.m. and really nothing after that. Obviously, FOMC decision on Wednesday, which will be a massive day, massive day. So I want to pay attention there. Okay, to Wednesday. As far as tomorrow goes, all I'm going to be watching is are today's lows going to hold? We're going to be playing around today's lows, today's highs, right? That's all you need to do is play. Is it going to want to have continuation up? We know anything over today's highs, 45.30. I'm sorry, 45, 45.25, 45, 60. I wouldn't be surprised if going into Wednesday, they kind of melt this thing up a little bit, right? I would not be surprised with that at all. One thing I do want to talk about is a little bit of structure here. Then we'll move on to SPY. Some might call this a big bear flag. You can see, you have your low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? So is this going to be our new break of structure after we had this downtrend? I don't know. Is this just a big bear flag? I don't know. We really don't think I'll know until after Wednesday, maybe even to Thursday. Sometimes the move has been delayed into Thursday, which is the quote unquote real move. But as for today or as for tomorrow, right? 4-hour looks a lot cleaner here. You can see that the gap has been, it's tightened the gap right from the close of the contract roll all the way up. But we have 44.95, really 44.86 to 44.90 dips into there. You want to see hold, right? You're going to want to see if we're going to have any rejects at this 45.15 to 45.20. Okay, and that's really it. You don't want to do too much tomorrow. I guarantee it's going to be pretty similar till today. So you're not going to be wanting to fall in love with the position, especially anything short dated. All right, going on to SPY here. Like I said, as far as this the chart is concerned, going to look very similar to the ES chart, 4-hour chart here. Got this phantom wick down. I don't know if that's real or not, but today it was going to be all about what? 442.50. 442.50. We had the dip up here. We had the bounce. So we want to see, can we get some continuation through today's highs? Call it 445. 445, continuation through today's highs, 445, could really open up 446 and then up to 448.50 from there was a major breakdown. I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, going into Wednesday. We're up in the 448, 451 area. They just kind of float this thing on higher. I would not be surprised. But as far as tomorrow, dips into 442.50. I want to see a hold or break and hold 445, or you can play the reject 445. Keep it simple. You want to be one and done on these days when you know the market isn't going to have follow through. It's not going to have great price action, right? You don't want to get chopped up before a big day. Okay, right into this QQQs here. 369 is the same level, weekly low. We said underneath we can hit the shorts, but we need confirmation. We had a liquidity grab below and bounce. So we caught everybody short here, only to rip this thing up 3 points, right? Only to rip this thing up 3 points. So 369, you're going to want to watch this, make sure that holds. Okay, anything 369, 370. See if dips into that hold. Break at 372 is going to open up 374, 378 from there. Okay. Dips into, let me remove that. Dips into 369. You want to see hold, break and hold at 372, opens up 374, 378 from there. I do think we'll probably stay within either this range in here or maybe get up into this range in here, and this could be the full range, right? Kind of like SPY on ES, we can see maybe a float up here to this 377.50 area, 378. It's possible. Okay, it's just possible. It's possible. We need 369 to hold. Last but not least, IWM went right to where? 182.50, right? Boom. Right here, 182.50 went to bounce there. Perfectly, we're going to want to watch that to hold. Okay, if not, you could put a little bit of a box down here where you can see some of these bodies and these wicks. Put it down to this area all the way down here. You know that underneath 181.60, you could see a bounce in that zone. But if not, there's definitely shorts on the table up to 379.50. I would definitely be out before then. There's definitely going to be a bounce in that zone. If this holds, still got to get above 384. Well, 384 is today's high, 385, 386. Sorry, 182.50. Want to see a hold. We can see the bounce at 179.50. 184. Okay, 185, 186, 188. Okay, levels are all scrunched up in here. It's getting very ugly when the market spends a lot of time in the ranges. Like we've said, it gets so ugly. It doesn't bounce perfectly. It doesn't respect levels perfectly, right? It just gets messy. It gets messy. So we wanted to get out of this range, whether it's back to the upside or back to the downside. We don't care. We're impartial. We'll make money either way. Guys, that's all I got for you. You got to wake up early, get your levels right, and of course, not do anything fucking stupid. We'll see you bright and early. Peace.